Bridget, we just want to tell you, don't be afraid and hold the vision. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Pamphlet number 22, on hard work. What is it to work hard? What is hard work? The first thing that springs to mind is coal mining. The second is a job you don't want to do. Or, what often comes to the same, a job you lack the talent to do. Coal mining is generally regarded, if not renowned, as one of the toughest jobs going. No one calls it a career, but perhaps this is short-sighted, not to mention biased in favor of a very specific form of education and the type of work one gets out of this, but I digress. There do exist people who mine for coal because it is something they want to do. Perhaps it is a matter of family pride, a long line of coal miners, a family business. Something to be proud of. In this instance, does the miner come home every day talking about how hard she worked? Hard. That's the sticking point, isn't it? Physical labor requires a lot of energy, takes a toll on the body. Is this hard? Or is it difficult? That's different. Difficult implies a mental struggle, and therefore is elevated to jobs that involve less of the body and more of the mind. Some lawyers, for instance, may say they have a difficult job, one they can do in a suit and tie. It's a lot of work, it's a difficult job, but the coal miner works hard. Is that the way they think of it? If the job is fulfilling, if the job is chosen, if the job is symbiotic to you, you chose it chose you, does the miner feel that this is hard? Some, who did not choose this profession, definitely do. But the difficulty in this case, and we would argue in any case, comes from something else. The lack of choice, the poverty that brought with it that lack of choice, an education system that failed, a society that accepted that and shrugged. That's hard. It's hard to not have choices. It's hard to not have money. It's hard, and then on top of it, the body is ravaged by this work that delivers a paycheck and not much else. It's extremely hard, the hardest thing, to do a job you are not suited to and not good at. You could say the same about the lawyer, who, by nature of the job and the education required to do it, had choices and still complains about how difficult, how hard the job is. I work so hard, such long hours. Is that what makes a job hard? Surely, given the amount of information we have about the work lives of lawyers, you know these things. And if you knew them, but went for it anyway, we come to one of two conclusions. First, you knew it, but you loved it so much you did it anyway. Or second, the long hours and drudge come from a lack of skill, which comes from a lack of talent. So, we have the coal miners, we have the lawyers, and now we present to you one more type of person, often maligned, alternately derided or pitied, the dreamer. Consider the family surrounding a young man who has shown great promise in American football. The family has always struggled with money, with hard jobs, with bucketfuls of loss, but they are cohesive. They are a unit in whatever configuration. Mother and father, mother and grandmother, mother and aunties, 2 grandmothers, grandma and grandpa, 7 uncles, 5 aunties, a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, and this football genius. The story usually told is one of dreams and too much pressure and not enough choices. Nobody makes it, and how could you fill a young man's head up with dreams? Well, we would ask you, how could you not? How dare you? When life has been so precarious, when all chances are slim, when you have nothing to lose. It is then, as the great lady said, that you must get down and dig. And digging is dreaming. And what is a child but a dream you had and made come true? How can you not let that child dream and dream big? And his dream becomes your dream. And now we're all dreaming together, the same dream. And now we have momentum. The hardest thing of all is to give up, to not dream, to lose the spark. We can't say we have not studied whether the dream comes first or the talent, but we know they go together. And we know that when dreamers dream and are supported, they rise to the occasion. We know that the free will to dream is sometimes all we have, and we must pursue it, and that this will never feel as hard as doing a job that you give nothing to and that gives you nothing in return. We have a real disease in North America, the disease of constantly being busy. Busy becomes a brag when really it sounds like filling time. Busy is good, and if your work isn't challenging to the point of exhaustion, mental and physical strife, and a constant stream of complaints, then what are you doing all day? What are they paying you for anyway? But it isn't this thought that's insane. It's the dreamer. It's the thought that you could not only do something with the talents you have been given, but that you must. Crazy. So just keep going to your job with the big title and the big paycheck and nothing else, and buy a house and moan about that and your 2 weeks of vacation where you eat and drink too much, then go back to your hateful hard work, brag about it, bang your head against the wall and do it all again. Oh, and make sure to give your good advice to your kids.